For some of you, looking thin paid my rent last month. I'm going to tell you exactly how that happened. No, I'm being completely serious. This is no joke. I was just mindlessly scrolling through an ad spy tool. Pretty sure much call it a day when I saw an ad that was different. My curiosity took over. I clicked, I did some digging, and what I found was a product that was making an absolute killing on the quiet. In this video, I'm not just showing you the product, I'm going to pull back the curtain on the exact ad that pulled in thousands of dollars in just few days. And more importantly, I'm going to show you the method I used to find it. So you can do the exact same thing, because finding a winner isn't luck. It's about having the right strategy. Now let's be real. Finding a winning product is the hardest part of dropshipping. It's what separates the stores that crash and burn in a month from the ones that scale to 6 or 7 figures. You can have the slickest websites, the cleverest emails, and the fastest shipping on the planet. But if your product is a dud, none of that matters. You know the drill. You spend hours, maybe even days, just scrolling through AliExpress, watching those top 10 product videos that are already completely saturated. And you end up testing products that just burn a hole straight through your wallet. It's draining. That's exactly why I stopped guessing. I decided to forget trying to predict what might sell and just focus on what is already selling. This is where a killer and this is where a killer ad spy tool becomes your secret weapon. For me, that tool is PiPiads. Think of it like a massive searchable library of basic every ad running on TikTok. Instead of just guessing, you get a backstage pass to see the exact ads and products that are already printing money for other people. It's not about ripping them off, it's about learning from their wins and using their data to get a head start. Now, let's talk about the hunt, or the discovery as I will call it. Now, enough theory. Let me just show you. Now, this is my PPR dashboard. The first thing that hits you is the sheer volume of stuff. PB has a database of over 50 million ads, which is both amazing and a little bit insane. Now, you must agree. The trick is not to get lost. The magic is all in the filters. My strategy is pretty simple. I'm looking for products that are popping up right now. So I start featuring. I set the ad type to drop shipping and the e-commerce platform to Shopify, since that's my word. I set the country to the United States because that's my main market. Then comes the most important filter, the timeline. I set the first ad date, the last day, 30 days. I honestly don't care about a product that was a winner 6 months ago. I want to see what's getting hot right now before everyone and their cousin jump on it. So I started scrolling. You see the usual stuff. Another pet hair remover, some kind of kitchen doordat, a phone case. They're fine, but nothing was jumping out as a hidden gem. It felt predictable. Then an ad for a portable blender popped up. Tons of impression, good engagement, but that market just feels so crowded. I made a mental note and kept scrolling. I kept going, sometimes sorting by likes or shares to see what was getting that social proof. And then I saw it. The ad wasn't slick, the camera wasn't fancy, but the thumbnail was just weird. It was a close up of a little punching bag with a suction cup stuck to a desk. My first thought was, what in the world is that? It was so out of place next to all the skincare and home improvement stuff. A desktop boxing bag, a little red punching ball on a spring that you stick to your desk for when you are stressed. It looked like a total God gift. But the numbers told a completely different story. Ad had only been live for about 2 weeks, but it was already pulling in millions of views with an insane engagement rate. Comments were a gold mine. People tagging their office mates saying, "Oh my God, we need this," or "This would solve all my problems." That was it. That was the aha moment. The product was bizarre, but it was also brilliant. It solves a super relatable problem: workplace stress, in a way that physical, instant, and genuinely funny. It was the perfect impulse buy. I knew I had something here. Now, this structuring the success. Finding the art is just step one. The real money is understanding why it worked so well. Now, let me break it down. The video wasn't some polished corporate ad, it was a 25-second UGC style clip that was brutally effective. It opened with a shot of a guy looking super stressed at his computer. You know the look. That's the hook, the relatable problem. Then the camera pans down, and instead of slamming his fist on the desk, he just starts wailing on this little desktop punching bag. The sound was this super satisfying twack, twack, twack. The sound harp was just a quick montage of different people using it. Someone in a cubicle, a student at a library, a guy in his home office, all of them with their little smirk on their face. It wasn't just about anger, it was about getting a little release. The video ended with simple text: stressed, punch it out, and a clear shop now button. Why why did this crush it? First, it's a classic problem solution ad. You see the pain, you're immediately shown the relief. Second, the user generated style feels real. It doesn't feel like a company selling you something. It feels like you stumbled on a cool life hack. Third, it was just satisfying to watch and hear. That rhythmic punching makes you want to try it out yourself. Now, the product itself, a desktop punching bag. This is definition of a TikTok made me buy it product. It's usually interesting. You get what it does in 3 seconds, and it hits you on the emotional level. Nobody needs one of these. But when you are having a rough day, you definitely want one. It solves a universal problem: stress. Students, programmers, office workers, everyone gets overwhelmed. This thing offers a physical outlet for that frustration. It's better than yelling at your monitor. Let's be honest, it's cheaper than therapy. The genius is in the simplicity. It's a spring, a suction cup, and a little bag. That means the cost of goods is low, which allows for a flat profit margin. That's the lifeblood of a drop shipping store. This is where PPS is just unfair. I didn't have to wonder if the ad was profitable. The data showed me, looking at the ad analytics, I could see the advertiser had spent an estimate of $500 on that one video over about 10 days. For that, it got over 2 million impressions with a like rate of over 8%. That is crazy high engagement and a huge signal that the ad was hitting the mark. Now, PPR also gives you algorithmic estimate for sales. You have to take this with a grain of salt anyway, as an educated guess. But it's projected this one ad had driven over 200 sales. The product was selling for $29 on their store. A quick bit of math: 200 sales at $29 is almost $6,000 in revenue. From a single video with about $500 in ad spend, after the cost of the product and shipping, that's thousands in pure profit. This wasn't just a funny video, it was a money printer. All that data was right there, confirming my hunch was right. Finally, I clicked through to their store. It's a clean, simple Shopify page. Nothing crazy, but it did everything right. The product name was catchy: the Desk Punch Pro. Description was all about benefits, not features. It didn't say made with a durable spring. It said melt away stress with every punch. It had high quality GIFs showing it in action. It had a bunch of 5-star reviews, probably imported but effective. They used a little discount, 15% off today only, to nudge you over the edge. The checkout was smooth as butter. It was a masterclass in turning that flicker of interest from the TikTok ad into a sale. They weren't selling a gadget, they were selling a feeling. So, how do you find your own desktop punching bag? This isn't about you going out and selling this exact product, although if you want to, you can. The goal here is to replicate the process. Here are 3 things you can start today. First, hunt for emotions, not your function. The products that go viral on platforms like TikTok almost always trigger an emotional response. The punching bag wasn't about its features, it was about frustration, stress, and the need for relief. When you're scrolling PP ads, don't just ask, what does it do? Ask, What does this make people feel? Or how does it make them feel? Find the ads where the comments are full of people laughing, tagging friends, or screaming, I need this. That's where the magic is. Second thing you need to do is trust recent data, not all time statistics. It's easy to sort by most likes ever, but that just shows you what was popular a year ago. That ship has sailed. The real advantage is catching a trend as it's starting to heat up. Use the data filters on PP ads. Look for ad launched in the last 7 to 30 days that are suddenly spiking in views and engagement. That's how you ride the first or second wave of a trend, not the 10th. Third, analyze the whole funnel, not just the ad. A viral ad is useless if it points to a garbage product page. When you find a hot ad on PiPiads, click the way through to the store. Study their price, their sales copy, their photos, their reviews. Ask yourself, why is this working? What can I copy? Most importantly, what could I do better? Maybe their site is slow or the description has typos. Every weakness you spot is a golden opportunity for you to do it better and steal a piece of the market. Now, look, the gap between struggling and succeeding in e commerce often comes down to one thing: information. It's about having the right data and knowing what to do with it. This one product, this silly little punching bag, paid my rent because I wasn't guessing, I followed the process. If you want to stop the guesswork and start finding products that are already proven winners, you need a tool like PiPiads. It has completely changed the game for me. I actually partnered with them to get you discount. If you use the link down in the description, you can get a special deal to try it out. It is the single best investment you can make in your store. So, if you got any value out of this breakdown, do me a solid and hit the like button if it really does help. And make sure you subscribe and turn on notification because I'm going to be breaking down more winners just like this one every single week. Opportunities are out there. You just have to know where to look. Thanks for watching and see you in the next one.